Welcome back to the Venom Workshop. So today what I'm going to be doing is this 1000 watt e-racer. I'm going to show you how to change the battery cells in it. You're not going to need a ton of tools. You are going to need an Allen key set, metric, a set of snips, just to cut some zip ties. This one doesn't have many zip ties left on it because I've been doing a lot of work, but you'll have to snip the zip ties off, just where it holds the wires in place. And you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my camera in place because we're not going to have to tear the whole machine apart. It's pretty easy. Oh, actually, you're also going to need an 8mm socket and a 10mm wrench just to get the battery pack, the strap that holds the battery pack in. We're going to have to take that off, so you're going to need those. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get my camera to place, and let's just get started. Okay, so we're down on the right-hand side of the machine. The reason we're down here is we're going to remove this footwell here. It's not really hard. We're just going to need to remove the number 5 Allen keys. So you're going to need a number 5 Allen key. I keep mine on a driver. It's a lot easier. I remove a lot of fairings and things like that. So something else you're going to want to have is some sort of little tray or dish to put your bolts and nuts in. And that's it. So first off, we're going to pull the seat, just reach underneath, grab the little handle, pop it off. We'll just set it off to the side. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to where our battery wire is, and we're going to follow it right up to here, and we're going to disconnect our battery wire right here. So let's go ahead and disconnect that, just like that, and then we can plug that back in when we're done. Next off, we're going to get this boot well out of the way. So all you have to do is, there's just a 10mm bolt on the bottom of this. I do a lot like this, so we'll go ahead and remove them. If you notice your bolts don't look exactly the same, they could be green, they could be a different color. It doesn't really make a difference. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take those all off. If you find a nut, you can't hold it with your hand, use your 10mm wrench and take those off, take it off just to hold it in place while you take it off. So we're gonna have to remove this boot well here. And just go along. And we're going to take out every bolt. Now we're going to take this one off here. Just like that. And then just pull your boot well out of the way, just like that. Now, on the battery itself, there's a steel strap holding it in place right here. That's what you're going to need this 8mm for. And your 10mm wrench. So your 10mm wrench goes just underneath here, and then your 8mm goes right underneath here, and then you can take it out. This one's actually on finger tight, so I'm going to just go ahead and take it off. Like that. And again, there's another one in the front with the exact same thing. Again, it's only finger tight on this one, but you see what I'm doing. You're gonna just take your, there we go, take your nut, your bolt off, then you're gonna slide that rod out of here. Just kind of put it there. Now, to lift the battery box up, just lift the front and then the side, and then pop it out like this. Like that. And this is your whole battery pack. So then you need a Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to take out all 4 of these screws. And we're just going to get the ones in the front here. floor, but I grab it in a second. Here. Now we can just pop the top off, and we have a look at the batteries inside. Now you're just gonna have to remove 2 wires. Just one way at the front, your negative, leave the screw in there. And the one way at the back, your positive. Again, just leave the screw in there. And then we're just gonna pop the battery pack out. I'm just gonna move everything. So just pop that out like that, set it down. All right, so we got our battery pack out. So now all we have to do is take these wires off here. This one here. Just take those off and leave them off to the side. Same with these two. Just leave them off to the side. Now you can go ahead and remove all your batteries. Just like that. Now when you get your new battery, it's going to look just like this. It's just going to be the exact same. It's going to have new screws, and that's it. So then you go ahead and you put them in just the way you took them out. Just like that. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. You're going to take your 2 wires here and your 2 wires and put them there, and then you're going to be hooking them in a sequence. And this is how you hook the battery into the sequence. Just like that. Like that. That, and like this. Okay, now all you're going to do is tighten them down. Really, make sure you tighten them down really well, because it doesn't take much with vibration on an ATV. You're going to be riding this, right? And bolts can loosen up, and then you'll lose power with if you didn't tighten these enough. So that's it. You got your battery packs in. Now all we got to do is put the battery pack back up, hook our wiring back up, and put everything back together, and that's it. So I'm gonna put my camera up. Ooh, there we go. Right there. Alrighty, so we can lift this cover up like this and out of the way so I can get my battery pack up. Like that. And then once it's up like that, then I can bring the cover down. I'll pull my wires through a bit for the front, for the positive. Pull this ahead a bit. Just remember to hold it so you don't drop these batteries. You don't want to drop and crack any of them. And make sure you hook up the 2 positives together. Just like that. Don't forget to tighten it down. Like that, and then we can hook up our 2 grounds. Just like that. Then we can put our top back on. Like that. And then we just have to put our 4 Phillips screws back in. Yellow on the back, they're still in there, so just have to tighten it down. other one in. I'm just gonna hold it with my foot so I can start my screw. There we go. Now I get the 2 front screws. Right here, right here. Okay. There we go. Now it's the same way to put it back in. I'm just going to turn it sideways. Walk it in, and there you go. And then our battery's back in. So you get your crosser piece right here. Just slip that right in there. I'm just going to put my bolts in, but I'm not going to tighten them because I want to take this battery back out later. But I want you to go ahead and tighten yours. So you just put the bolt in right there at the front. Straighten your knot. Okay, that one's good. But now when you're done, I want you to go ahead and just tighten it down. And all that does is hold the battery from flopping around when your child is riding. Okay, so my bolt is in there. Now I just have to get my nut on there. And like I said, I'm just finger starting it. I want you guys to tighten it, but I'm not going to because like I said, I'm going to take this battery pack out again. There we go. So now I want you to tighten that down. And then we're good to go there. Now, we just have to put our boot well back on. But there's something I don't want you to forget. We can go ahead and put this in place. I want you to remember that we disconnected that battery wire right here. So we're gonna plug it back in. There we go. So our battery wire's plugged back in. Now all we have to do, like I said, is put our footwell back on. And the footwell is easy. You're just gonna need to put all your bolts back in with your nuts and then tighten them down. So I'll do a few with you, but I don't have to do all of them. So I like to do the center ones first, because if you do the center ones first, you make sure all your holes are lined up. Boop, boop, boop. And then these go boop, boop, and that's it. So we can. And like I said, if yours don't look exactly like this, it's not a big deal. Some model years are different. Some have different color. Some are a different style of bolt, but they're all in the same place. There we go. And there's the 2 up front here we can go ahead and put in. Just like that. And then once you got all your bolts in like this, tighten them all down, put your seat back on, and that is it, guys. It's actually a really easy bike to do a battery cell swap in. It's not terribly hard. So that's it, guys. That's our video. That's how you change the battery cells on your battery pack on your 1000-watt e-racer. Like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video, guys.